Hello everyone. In our last video, you might remember we basically created a number and we reassigned that value. So in this video, I would like to show you, I want to expand upon that idea a little bit more. So I'm going to create an integer, and how about we call this number of keys? And what is the number of keys on a keyboard? I'm just going to look this up real quick. Keys on a keyboard. It is, it says 104. We'll just trust that. Okay, 104, right? But obviously that's not, let's not worry about male. Okay, that's not really going to be the same for every keyboard. So, we could, of course, reassign that value, and maybe we have a keyboard with 4 extra keys, so we'll make it 108. But let's say we have a new keyboard, like a specific number of keyboard, it's like a Mac keyboard, or something like that. And we could actually assign this value right here. So what we're doing here is we're basically saying this new number, Mac keyboard, equals number of keys, and then we can change the value on our Mac keyboard to say 112, or this probably wouldn't be the greatest idea because then you might as well not have it given it this value. I bet you it's going to give me a little warning. Yeah, it says this value is useless because I could just do that, but this is just for a demonstration. So what I've done is I initialize this value with the value stored in this variable. So this Mac keyboard, how about we print it out? Print ln Mac keyboard. Perfect. So you'll see whenever I print it out first, this variable is going to be initialized to this value. So it's going to start with a value of 108, and then we updated it to 112. Speaking of initialization, one fun thing about variables is that integers actually start with a value of 0. I it's not always super obvious about this, but you can actually make use of this. Well, you'll know this later, I guess. It really doesn't want me to create a. Oh, maybe it does. That's actually just that. Yeah. So I don't recommend doing this, to be honest. You should always explicitly say equals 0, just my personal opinion, because whenever you do that, you're basically actually giving it a value and not just expecting it to be 0. But if we don't, we'll see right here that it says it may not have been initialized, but it does actually start with a value of 0. Just trust me on that. You can make use of it in some cases. It's just generally not a good idea, even if it did let me do it. So that's just how you can reassign the value of a variable and some of the things you can make use of with that.